Hello everyone, myself Mr. Hemant Pandey. I am the lecturer from the Department of Computer Engineering, Shift A. So we have done the first video lecture. In that lecture we have seen the sensor, then what is the sensor, then what is the need of the sensor, right? So what is basically a sensor? It converts physical quantity into an electrical quantity, okay? So what is the need of the sensor, right? Then we have seen there are two types of sensor: contact type sensor and non-contact type of sensor. Okay, we have seen the example of mercury thermometer and this scanner, right? Thermal scanner. Then we have seen the types of sensors, right? So there are different types of sensor: touch sensor, proximity, pressure levels, right? All these are the sensor having a different purpose. Then we have seen the potentiometer, right? Potentiometer, what does it do? Change in the resistance, give us the displacement, okay? Right? Linear displacement is the application of the potentiometer sensor. Then rotary displacement, liquid displacement. Then we have seen the strain gauge. So what does the strain gauge do? It measures the force or pressure or weight, tension, etc. Right? How it measures? Whenever the force is applied on the strain gauge, there is a change in the resistance. Okay, so by measuring the value of the resistance, we can measure the strain on that object. Okay, strain means here force, pressure, anything. Then these are the applications of the strain gauge: rail, cable, aerospace, etc. So let's start with the new topic, that is a proximity sensor. Okay, so let's see what do you mean by proximity sensor. A proximity sensor is a sensor able to detect the presence of the nearby object, right? So basically this sensor is used to detect the object which are placed in a particular area, okay, without any physical contact, right? So this is the beauty of this sensor. It will not touch the object, but it will detect that whether that object is present or not in that particular area. So how does it do, right? This is a very simple working of this proximity sensor. What does it do? It emits an electromagnetic beam, okay, or electromagnetic radiations, and looks for the change in the field or returns, right? So what happens? It will emit, suppose there is a one object, right, in the way. So it will emit the radiation. If there is any obstruction, right, if there is any obstruction, that radiation will reflect back, right? So from that it will detect whether there is any object present or not, right? So the object being sensed is often referred to as the proximity sensor target. Different proximity sensors target demands different sensors, right? So different sensors have different sensor target, means for the long distance, for small distance, right? So this is the working of the proximity sensor. Applications, so right, for the parking of, suppose we are parking the car, right? So we should need now what is the distance between our car and the wall or anything or any gate, right? So it is using the parking sensor in the parking also, right? While we are parking. Systems mounted on car bumpers that sense the distance to the nearby car for parking. Okay, so this is the uses of the proximity sensor. Ground proximity warning systems for aviation safety, right? Suppose we are whenever plane is flying, right, whenever plane is landing, so what is the distance between the land and that plane, right? That can be detected by the proximity sensor. Okay, then vibration measurement, sheet breaking sensing in the paper machine, anti-aircraft warfare, roller coaster, then conveyor system. Then mobile devices, okay, we have touch screens are also proximity sensor. Touch screens that come in close proximity to the face, right? Attenuating radio power in the close proximity to the body in order to reduce the radiation exposure. So all these are the application of a proximity sensor. Now let us see the next, that is light sensor. So as the name suggests, what will be the light sensor do? It will detect whether the light is present or not, right? Or whether the light is dim or bright or super bright, whatever. So let's see how it works. light sensors are the photoelectric devices that convert light energy, right, that is photons, into an electrical signal. Okay, so photo means light, right? So basically it is a devices which take the light and convert it into the electricity, right? If there is a small light, we will get a small electricity, small current, microampere. If we will get a good amount of light, that is intensity of the light will be high, then we will get the more current. Okay, so various types of light sensors are photovoltaic cell, right, phototransistor, photoresistor, photodiode, etc. So all these devices are capable of producing electricity whenever the light comes in the contact. Okay, so but light dependent resistors, LDR or photoresistor, is special type of light sensor which is used in the automatic light sensor circuit. Okay, so mostly LDR is used, okay, to detect the light. So this is how your LDR is look like. Okay, fine. So let's see the next one. Application of the light sensor. So in the mobile phones, right, we need a light sensor in the mobile phones. Automatically the screen, right, the screen of the mobile changes its brightness according to the light in the atmosphere, right? Means where we are using. Suppose if we are using in a dark place, right, means the room light of the room is off, so automatically the brightness will be low. If we are using in the sunlight, then the brightness of the screen will be high. So how it happens automatically? There is a one sensor, light sensor in your presence in your mobile phone, that controls the brightness of your screen, okay, by detecting the light outside. Then the digital camera, same thing happens, right? If you want to click the photo, so the light is automatically adjusted by light sensor. Street light. So in the street light, what happens in the street light? The smart street light, what happens? In the day the street light is off, but in the night it is on. So how it happens? It detects the sunlight. It detects the sunlight, whether if the sunlight is present, it will off that light, the street light, and if sunlight is not present, it will on the light. Okay. Sprinkle system, so for use for the irrigation system, right, whether the sunset is brightness or not. So there also we use a light sensor, security purpose also, right. So all these are the application of the light sensor. Next one, let's see, pneumatic sensor. Okay, so pneumatic sensor is also nothing but a pressure sensor. So if anyone asks you, pressure sensor and pneumatic sensor, basically both are the same. Both have the function to measure the pressure only, right? So pressure sensor can also be used to indirectly measure other variables such as fluid gas flow, speed, then water level and altitude. Okay, pressure sensors can alternatively be called pressure transducer or pressure transmitter. So this is the pressure sensor, and also we have seen the working of this in the strain gauge also, right? So strain gauge is also used in this type of sensors. Okay. What is the application? Automotive system, right? So suppose if there is a system, automatic system, right? So in that case we need a pneumatic sensor. In the medical industry, in the automobile industry, right? In the chemical industries. So in all these industries and systems, we need the pneumatic sensors. Okay, now let us do next one. Pyroelectric sensor. So let us see what do you mean by pyroelectric sensor. Okay, it is a light detector based on the pyroelectric effect. Now, so basically, what is a pyroelectric? First, we will see what will be the what is pyroelectric effect. A pyroelectric detector contains a piece of ferroelectric crystal material with the electrodes on the two sides. Okay. One of those electrodes has a black coating which is exposed to the incident radiation, right? So basically pyroelectrical sensor detects the light, and how? There will be two electrodes in that sensor. Okay, one electrode is having a black coating, right? So whenever there will be a light, so that light will be incident on that rod, okay, that black coating, and that black coating is nothing but connected on one of the electrodes. So what will happen? The light which is absorbing by that electrode, it will produces heat, right? So and okay, so in this point we can see that incident light is absorbed on the coating and thus causes some heating of the crystal. As a result, the crystal produces some pyroelectric voltage, right? So that is a property of that crystal, right? So it produces some voltage because of the heat. So that we can say that the heat energy is converted into electrical energy. Measurement of this voltage will be in the proportion with the intensity of the light. So if the intensity of light will be more, the more heat will be produced, and if the more heat will be produced, we will get the more voltage, right? So if the voltage is more, it means the heating is more, and if the heating is more, it means the intensity of the light is more. So by this principle we can say that, so on this principle pyroelectric sensor work. Okay, so let's stop here, and the next topic we will see in the next video lecture. Thank you everyone.